Hi everyone, welcome to part 2. This is the MGZS Mark II with a full body kit, 1.8, stainless steel exhaust system, manifold, K&N filters, etc. VVC inlet. So we're going to carry on with this one today. I'll spin you around and show you where we are, and we'll start tackling some bodywork. So this is the ZS, that's what it's like under the bonnet. Got a VVC inlet manifold and stuff, but as you can see it's not actually a VVC engine. Plate hasn't been blanked or nothing like that, just a straight 1.8. I'm told it's got the 135 head and stuff on it, but I don't actually know that. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to start tackling the bodywork. As you can see, I've took the bumper off and we've got a load of mud and stuff under there, so that was great. So I had to wash the bumper, and I'm going to have to wash under here. Bumper's over here, so we've got scratches and stuff to sort out. I'm going to strip this all down, start sorting them out, start getting these scuffs sorted out, get it all sanded down, cleaned up. I've gone along the front here already where the number plate was stuck on for some reason above the recess of where it's meant to go. On the other side we've got some bits and pieces to sort out as well, but nothing that you wouldn't expect on a vehicle of this age. As I said in the previous video, this car was actually done, but someone decided to vandalise it. And as you probably know, if you know me from the channel, I ain't gonna let something like that hold me back. So we're gonna go right around this now and make it look even better than what it did. So let's get started and see what we can do. So first of all, we'll cover up the secret car behind here. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. That's all you're getting. It won't be too long before it's done now. Right, so I'm going to tackle this bonnet to start with. Get rid of these nasty scratches that some decided to do. Got some stone chips and stuff on this bonnet anyway, so now it gives me a chance to get rid of them as well. Bits on the edge of the grill and stuff that are flaky, so bits like that. Slight little dent over here, we'll get rid of that as well while we're doing it. So let's get started. So we've got the flatbed sander, 320 grit, get quality stuff if you can. Your mask on. Let's hit this and see how we get on. Okay, so I think you get the idea. So what I'll do is I'll carry on stripping the rest of the bonnet, and I'll bring you back when we start doing a few repairs, putting in what we're going to do to get rid of the scratches and stone chips and stuff like that. I'll bring you back and show you that, and we'll go from there. I'm going to remove the washer jets as well to get them out of the way so I can do a nice job as well. So I'll do that now, and I'll bring you back once we get to that point. That's what this car's got in at the moment. Obviously not standard. Okay, so we got through the bonnet. I've obviously done a fair bit of work off camera as well. You're going to want to see me doing this for an hour. Just, you know, sanding up and down, changing grades and stuff like that. So we're going to wipe it down now with this. That's a U-Pole anti-silicone sort of fast degreaser. Just takes all the dust and grease and grime and stuff like that off. And then we can see what repairs we've got to do. So, I think you get the idea. So I'll go over that a few more times off camera. And then we'll go in a bit closer to see what we got. And decide how we're going to repair it. So I don't know if you can see, but I've got a few sort of shiny bits still left. Like up the top of the bonnet there. I think I've got it in focus for you. So what we do is we use a bit of Scotch-Brite, which is this. You get all different grades. And we'll hopefully just flatten them out. And they basically just come out like that. And that's all you need to do on them bits. So I'll go over the rest of the bonnet and do that. You don't need to see me do that. And then we'll inspect the bonnet and see where we are. Okay, so I've done a bit more work off camera. So this is where we are. All nice and flat and smooth. Obviously still got a big scratch because we haven't filled it yet. We've got some stone chips that are like this. So it'd be nice to get rid of them too. And even bigger ones on this side. We need to sort of get into these and get around these edges so they don't flake up, which I'll be doing. Some more on this side of the panel. A couple at the back. I've feathered around the edges of these where someone had painted the bonnet before and not took them out. And then we come down this side of the panel and we had that dent on this side of the bonnet, so we've ground that down to bare metal and we'll get that filled up and smoothed in. Then we've got a few stone chips on this bit, some more on the edges and stuff, hard to show on camera because of the colour, and that's basically what we got. Started doing around the edge of the where the front grille go, cleaned that all back. It's all covered in mud, green, moss, the whole lot. So, got to get these out in a little bit. And then we'll flatten that all back as well. I'll do all that off camera. So we'll start to get some product in these, shall we, and start getting this lot smooth. Okay, so today we're going to use a Max Mayer stopper on the scratch. And we'll use some tougher fillers on where the stone chips are and stuff like that, and where the deeper dent is. So to mix this up, okay, so you basically get the lid off. It's going to be like that. What I normally do is do that. I will mix that later on, but I'll use what's on the lid to start with because that's all I need for what I'm now doing. Get a piece of cardboard or a pad like this. Give it a good old mix. And depending on the temperature of your workshop or if you're working outside, is how much you need of the hardener. I basically just go like that, and that's normally enough. The workshop's quite warm though. Doesn't really matter too much, just that it will take longer to dry if you're outside. So if you're outside, just go across that again with the same amount, and that will dry quicker. You basically just keep mixing it until it's all mixed in. As I say, depending on how much you use, sometimes this will go in sort of more pink colour. You've got a lot more hardener. The more you do it, the better you'll get at doing the mix and working out how long it takes to dry and stuff like that. What I normally do when I'm putting this in the bonnet and stuff like that, I'll go and have a coffee while I'm waiting for it to dry, or in many cases I'll be making a video like I am now. Obviously doing the editing side of things. Yeah, that's pretty much what you need. Try not to get it all over your hands, and we'll spin round and we'll put it in the car. I don't know if you can see, but I've got into the scratch with a Scotch-Brite and got all the rust and stuff like that out of it. Made it nice and clean. Now it's a case of just getting some on your spreader like that. Basically doing that. The smoother you put it on, the easier it is to get off when you're sanding it flat. Don't try and just put loads and loads on and fill it all up in one go, because it won't happen. Just gradually do it. Normally takes, if you're sensible, 2 to 3 fills to do something like that. Do it nicely. Get a nice smooth job so you don't see it whatsoever. This is the fingers up to the person that's done the scratch. Because in some ways you've done me a favour, more content for the channel, and this car got a lot more work than what I was going to get. Hence that last, and that's being saved. Hopefully the person who's done it is watching the channel. Alright, you've also got a little bit of this left over, so if you've got any little stone chips like that, get rid of them as well. Try not to put it sort of everywhere, try and just get rid of what you can. Sand it out and just keep building it up until you get to where you are, basically. Got 3 more over here. But I think you get the idea. I can't put any in the other ones because I need to put a stronger filler in there, because obviously I want to fill the dent and stuff first. But in the stone chips and stuff, that's fine because they're very minimal. And this is like a surface fill for when you've done the main filling. Okay, so I think you get the idea. I'll do the rest of the bonnet and I'll leave it to dry. While that's happening, I'm going to go and edit a video and have a coffee. Okay, so after going through the whole bonnet, this is what we got basically. Look a lot, but most of them are very light little skims, just little tiny stone chips and stuff like that. Obviously got the major scratch down the middle. That was down to the metal, so that was a bit of a heavier skim, but most of it is just little stone chips. Just need a little skim to get rid of them. And we've obviously got our dent we've got to get out. That's going to be with a different filler to start with. Just a proper car body filler and not a final filler. And then we'll go over that with the stuff that we just used to finish it off. So I'm going to give this half an hour, 40 minutes now. As I say, I'm going to be editing one of the other videos on one of the other cars, and then we'll move on to some more panels around the car. I think we'll get onto this bumper at some point today as well and see how much of that we've got to sand out and fill. We'll get it stripped down, get the fog lights out and the grill out the bottom, stuff like that, and see if we can sort this out, get it all into nice shape and get that ready to be painted as well. Obviously we're going to have to prime them first, then we may have to put a surfacer on underneath that because this is a silver and they can be a pain, as you probably know, and some of the others I've done before, but 99 times out of 100 they go pretty well. It's just standard practice really with the body shop, having a bit of hassle with silvers. So we'll go from here and hope for the best. If anyone's got any doors out there, because this back door, sort of looking down the sides of it, it's got quite a few dents down the middle and up the top, so may replace this door. So if anyone's got a nice one out there, just let me know and I'll come and pick it up off you. Doesn't matter where you are, as long as the door's in good condition. And I may have others, if you've got others as well that are in mint condition. This side, again, from the vandalism that I've said before, I don't want to keep going on about it, but been hit here with a hammer, dent in the middle of here, dent down the middle of this door, so might replace them doors instead of spending the sort of day or so to get them all straight and stuff. Sometimes that's easier to get two good doors and flatten them down and get them painted. Well, it's been about an hour now. From what I can feel, it's pretty much dry. Slightly tacky, but nothing to worry about. In the time while I was waiting for that, I also repaired the dent. It's the second skim of that, and then that'll get some of this put over the top of it to smooth it out. So I think we're going to get on this now with the sander and start flattening some of this off and see what we got. See if we need to do another fill, which more than likely we will on the scratch and the dent. And the rest of it hopefully will flatten down. Okay, so we're back on the flat sander and we're going to go 240 grit and let's see what this does. Okay, so it's been about an hour now. That's this side of the bonnet all sanded down. As you can see, I started to feel the scratches. I can still feel the edge of the zone. So it's going to have another skim like I said before. Same on the rest of it. But it's got its first skim in there. All the little stone chips and stuff are filled. As you can see, a few little bits. Right, most of them are good, what I feel like. So mainly it's to go over the scratch again basically with the fine filler. And that should sort this side out. Got these major ones on the front, they're all gone now, nice and smooth. So I'll get on with this side now. Just gonna probably gonna take me 40 minutes to an hour. Get it all nice and smooth and properly shaped. And I'll bring you back again and we'll go from there. I think before I do that side I'll refill that line so it's drying while we do the other side. Okay, so I mixed up some more final filler. This time what you need to do is literally where you're going to work. The reason we went wide last time was because any dents were caused by the gouge of the paintwork at the time. Try and put it in nice and smooth. Sounds good, doesn't it? This edge here is slightly low, so we'll actually fill that one. These are got a slight dent there, same here. Sort it out as we go along. And that's getting us well on our way on that side down, hopefully. Okay, so we'll let the other side dry now where I've just refilled, and we'll start sanding the other side and getting that all smooth and flat. See what we've got left on that side to fill afterwards. Hopefully the bonnet will be basically getting on its way, which is great. And then we can move on to the front bumper and see what we can do on there. Well, it's been another good hour at least, but this side's done now as well. As you can see. Camera goes funny in this light because it's obviously being silver, and then the artificial lights. So we're getting there. So it leaves us with basically this scratch. So for that we want the block, which is that. The same pad as what we had on the sander, which is a 240. Can't use a sander on getting the shapes and stuff like this right, because otherwise that just vibrates and sort of moves around too much. Whereas a nice flat block crisscrossed will give you a perfectly flat shape, which is what you want. Right, so we'll get this bit done. We'll be getting towards the end of the bonnet. So that's basically what you do till you got a nice smooth finish. And then after we've done all that, we'll go over the whole bonnet with 500 on the round DA sander, flatten it all down, blend everything in, and that'll be pretty much the end of the bonnet. So I'll do the rest of this off camera and bring you back when we get to the end. Great, so we got to the end of the repairs on the bonnet. I've smoothed all the scratch out. As you can see, it's all filled. All lovely and smooth, silky smooth, can't feel it whatsoever. Exactly what we want. So next job is to put the final skim in here, which is going to be some of the smooth stuff that you've seen me put in the stone chips and stuff like these. Might just put one more skim in that one actually while we're doing it. So we'll put a final skim in them too, and then that's the 500 of the bonnet, and we're away from the bonnet. So took a good 4 hours or so, probably a bit longer, but that's what you have to do if you want to get these right. So I'll carry on with this. Let's see if we can get this bonnet finished. Okay, so put the final fill on that little bit there, and then the dent down this side. When you do a repair like this on, say like the dent is in the middle there, always go quite a bit further around the outside so everything all smooths in to the bonnet and everything all blends nicely. Okay, so we'll have to let them dry now, and we'll start looking at that bumper. Right, okay, so I've had a good old sweep up, and I've got the bumper over to inspect it and see what we can do. So we've got normal scuffs and stuff in the corners and stuff, food bubbles down below, black seem to be all peeling off the edges of where this has been done. Got repair along the top here. Looks like it's had paint before actually. There's a run and stuff and some bubbles down this side. Ain't been done very well, has it? Lots of scuffs. So let's spin it over and see where we go from here. To get the fog lights and stuff out, you just pull these clips off, which someone's had a play with on these ones by the looks of things. They've been put in with some glue, hot glue gun by the looks of things. Same with these, you just pull these clips off to get the middle grill out. And this one's been done even worse. Lovely. Not the way to do a job. It's obviously had a repair at the bottom here at some point, but I don't think that affects anything up the top. No, it's literally just at the back of the bumper. So I think we'll just make that a better repair and things should be okay. Alright, so I'm going to get this out somehow. And when I put it back in, I'll obviously put it back in with the proper clips. Right, so let's strip this down. Okay, so that's the bumper all stripped down. someone had sort of bodged that up a bit and put it on with a hot glue gun and stuff like that, and there was probably only, I don't know, 7-8 clips out of about 30. So we'll have to sort it all out. But we've got plenty of spares, as you probably know, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right, so time to spin it over and start seeing what to repair. Okay, so DA sander, 320 grip. Let's go. Well, I think you're starting to get the idea. So what I'll do is I'll do the rest of this bumper off camera because there's loads of little bits and pieces to do on it. And it's going to take me another good hour or so just to get it all flattened down. Got to get around the edges of the body kit, all the little top bits. All that black's got to come off, will be flattened down at least. But a lot seem to be coming off and there's repairs on the edge of it, so got to do that as well. We've got that little repair down the bottom underneath of the bumper, so I'm going to repair that from the inside and the outside. So that's nice and strong as well. And yeah, that just takes time basically, so I'll get all that done and I'll bring you back and we'll decide, like we did the bonnet, what we're going to put in what repair and go from there really. Well, I've put a fair bit of time into this side of the bumper so far. Probably a good hour. A lot of fiddly little bits to do, all around the edges, all the little lines around the backs. Still got loads to do, but getting there with it. But I'm going to have to stop here on this one now. Been doing it since, what, 9 o'clock this morning. It's now 7:30, so put a fair few hours on this beast today. So I'm going to have to call this one a day, because I've got to do a valet on another vehicle. Well, a top-up valet really, because I've already done a valet on it before. It's, that someone's going to view tomorrow. So it's actually the Nissan Largo that we built on the channel. It's got a full MOT and everything on it now, and it's ready to go. So I think we had a really good day on it, didn't we? We put in some hours anyway. Obviously a lot of them were off camera, but I kept bringing you back in and showing you what was what. So I think we've done fairly well, but like I say, I've got a company viewing the Nissan Largo tomorrow, so I need to give it just a top-up valet and make it look shiny and nice how it was before. It's got a bit dirty from use. And I want it to be presentable, obviously. It's got a full MOT on it now, and it's a lovely little vehicle. Well, not little, it's a big old vehicle, but it's a lovely thing to drive. You sit back, you can drive with one finger, it's so light to drive. Didn't need much for an MOT, a couple of tyres, some headlight bulbs, and a cat. It's not bad, is it? For the age. Underneath is like brand new. It's unbelievable condition. Never been welded or nothing. But anyway, that's a different vehicle. Right, so thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and share and all that sort of stuff. And I'll see you very soon in the next video.